Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 6, where I'm going to talk about today. Are you your own worst client? That's a big question. I saw something in a group the other day, and it sort of skirted around this subject, but got me thinking, am I my own worst client? And you know what? Sometimes I probably am. What happens is, you start your own business and you get all these clients because you're now fully booked or you're in near to fully booked, and you have all these amazing ideas that go something like, I want to create this course, I want to create this digital product, I want to do these templates, I want to run this workshop, I want to run this retreat. And so you track around those and you go, all right, so what do I need to do for each of those? Well, I need to do a landing page, and I need to do an automation, and I need to do an email, and I need to have an email list, and the list goes on and on and on. So what happens is we don't do it, or we half do it. My question to you is, what are you half doing? I know for me in my business, like I'm at the capacity that I can take any more clients. And you know what? That's a really, really good thing. And it's a good place to be. And I'm really, really grateful for all the clients and all the amazing people that I get to serve. But what it also means is those things that I want to do in my business, such as the digital products, creating the courses, because there's like 4 or 5 already in there, in here, in my brain. They get put down on some paper, or they get put in my Trello board, or wherever we keep them, and they just sit there. I've tried putting them in my plan, and like set the goals and gone, yeah, I'm going to do this, and by this date I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then broken it down into like each individual step. So I need the landing page, I need to create a nurture sequence, like whatever it is, it gets set up and then it gets pushed. It's like I've got here my RACQ membership and my Rego. They've been on my desk for 2 weeks. Now they're not due, not quite yet. They're probably due like next couple of weeks. But they're sat here because other things get in the way, and the clients get in the way, because at the end of the day, we want to bring those clients in, we want to serve them, and we want to do a really, really good job. But at what cost? So I have some tips for you, and these are things that I use because I've had to, and now I'm ready to do some digital products and some courses. I've actually got a Canva workshop on the 6th of April. So if you're listening to this in real time, it's in a couple of weeks. So I'm hosting a face-to-face a workshop down in Burleigh, a Burleigh studio, which I'm really, really excited about. So I'm showing some amazing people how to create social media graphics quickly and easily using Canva. So they're going to get some squares and some stories and some highlight icons, and I'm teaching them all sorts of stuff. And no doubt there'll be other stuff while I'm there that crop up during the workshop, because there's always questions, and that I'm excited about that. And I've set everything up. I had a plan and I made sure that I stuck to it and I did it. But that's not always been the case in my business. And that's why I wanted to chat about it, because it's from personal experience that I can speak and say it's not always been that way. And like I've just said with the bills, it's still not perfect. But done is better than perfect, in my opinion anyway. So the tips I have, first one is establish a plan, because if you fail to plan, plan to fail. Make a plan, put some due dates on it, and do them. Like, give yourself little tasks, things that take 10, 15 minutes, something like that, so that you can achieve them. Because what feels better than ticking something off on a checklist? And if you're anything like me, I just put them on my checklist just so I can tick them off, because it feels good. Like, it makes you feel good, and then it raises your vibration. So then you're feeling even better. And if you're not very woo-woo, you're probably not in the right place, because it's going to get more woo-woo around here. I can tell you in future episodes. I need to bring more of me, and more of me is that spiritual woman. So yes, I'm still a professional woman, I'm still a businesswoman, but the heart of me is a spiritual woman. So you will hear more about that in future episodes. And, you might have sort of guessed with the things that I speak about. And, if you listen to the podcast I did with Michelle, then, there's a little bit of woo-woo going to come out, but that's all right. If you don't mind a little bit, then you're all good. It might get a bit heavier, but it will never be like massively heavy. I'm not going to shove anything down your throat. So don't worry about that. I'm still going to give you great tips and stuff. So, all right. So number 1, make a plan. Number 2, make it a priority. Make yourself a priority. Because if you make yourself a priority, it's part of your self-love and your self-care. So we have to do these things for ourselves. Not necessarily for our business to move our business forward, but to make us feel fulfilled and to fill those buckets, to make our souls happy. That's number 2. Number 3, and I love this one, and I actually have a few people, get accountability. If you've got somebody that you can chat to, it might be a group that you're in. It might be one person that you chat to and you brainstorm with each other and you hold each other accountable. You might have a couple. Now, I'm in a couple of group memberships, and at the time of the month where the Zoom coaching calls come around, I love them. Like the one where the most memorable one for me was last month. I was chatting in one of the memberships I'm in, and if you know Stacey Cranich, she's one of my beautiful clients, and I'm also in her membership. And in fact, I'm in like everything that she launches, because she's so bloody awesome. So if you haven't met Stacey, then go and check her out. She's at the Social Hub with Stacey Marie, and she has a free group called Fully Expressed with Stacey Marie. She also has an amazing podcast, and she's normally my driving buddy. So when I drive anywhere, Stacey comes with me on my podcast. So she's one of my accountability buddies, if you like. So I was in her group a couple of weeks ago in the session, and I was chatting about my ideas and where I was going, and the niche market that I'm in, because the market that I'm in is for spiritual women in business. And let's face it, it's very niche. It's one of those markets. Not everybody's going to go in, and then that's okay, because I'm not everybody. I am me. There's only one me, and there's only one you. So whatever market you're in, whoever you serve, whatever your niche is, that's the right one for you. And if it's not lighting up your soul, then don't do it. Choose something else. Choose something that lights you up. Find what that is and go with that. Because I guarantee there are people there that need you in that niche. So back to my story. So I'm on this accountability call, and I was chatting and saying what I was doing. And one of the ladies, she said, "You're the base chakra for their biz." I was like, oh my God, that light bulb moment, that eureka. I was like, oh my God, like, that's exactly what I am. Like, I'm the base chakra for the biz. So that that means is like, I'm a Taurus, I'm very grounded. I help my clients stay grounded. Because if you're a spiritual woman in business, you'll totally get this. A lot of them live in the higher space. And most people describe that as living in the clouds. I describe it as living in the higher space. So they're visionaries, they've got these amazing ideas, these amazing, bloody amazing women. And men, like, I'm not, dismissing the men, but I work with women. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, that sort of sat and percolated. And from that few words, I developed a whole new side of my business, a whole new service that's coming very, very soon. And if you are interested in hearing more about that and want to get on the wait list, please send me a message. Leave me a comment in the podcast or send me a DM, because it's exciting. Everything's sort of ready. It's just I've just got to get into the launch process, build some more stuff into the platform and get it all ready, and then it'll be ready to launch. So number 3 is accountability. The number 4 is be realistic. If you have a course or a product that's going to take you 10 hours to do, to get off the ground, if the course itself is going to take you 10 hours, there are other things that you need to do to get that. You've got to create a landing page. So if your landing page is going to take half a day, you've got to put that in. If you're going to do your nurture sequence, for me, it doesn't take that long. But if you're somebody that it takes you a long time, you need to have that time in place. So map all these things out and be realistic. Be realistic about when you can launch it. And if you are doing a course, it's okay to launch without having all the modules ready. But you still need to be realistic and go, do I have the time and do I have the energy to put into this? Okay. So number 4, be realistic. Number 5, give yourself a reward. Yes, how do we love to celebrate? We love to give ourselves a reward. And that could be just something simple like, I'm going to sit and have a cup of tea and read a book. However you like to reward yourself. It might be you want to go for a spa day, or you want to get your nails done, or you want to get your toes done, or you want to go to a healer, or you want to get a massage. Whatever it is, celebrate. It could be just as simple as saying, thank you, universe, for allowing me the time and the space and the energy to get this out. Number 5, reward yourself. Number 6, allow yourself time to research. Cut it off. Because, hello, how many times have you got lost in Pinterest or Instagram or Facebook? And you shouldn't be there. You should be researching your keywords, or you should be researching what you're doing. Or yeah, I've been there. I absolutely have been there. If you're reviewing podcasts, books, Pinterest or Instagram or Facebook, set yourself a time limit. Okay, I'm going to have an hour, or I'm going to have half an hour. And, when you find amazing things, I'd probably suggest pinning them on Pinterest, but linking them somewhere else. So I use Trello. So I link mine into Trello and keep them there, because it just makes it easier for me to find it again, because hello, I'm going to get lost in Pinterest again if I go back on there. So number 6, allow your time to research. I'll give yourself a limit. Number 7, love this one. Stop the comparisonitis, the imposter syndrome. It's depressing. It brings you down. and it's not necessary. Like I said earlier, there's only one you. You are the only person that knows the things that you know. You are the only person that thinks the thoughts that you have. I went to a networking event the other night, and there was an amazing lady there who was a speaker called Patty Ju, and she's a mindset coach. Absolutely awesome event, and it's a Secret System Biz event on the Gold Coast run by Marley Jolanda. But Patty had these amazing things that she spoke about. And one of them was about your thoughts. So, like, we're always going to have those thoughts because our body wants to protect us. That reptilian section in our brain wants to stop us from being hurt or stop us from putting ourselves in danger. And it sees those things as us putting ourselves in danger. So what she said was, acknowledge that thought, be grateful for that thought. So say thank you. If your inner chatter has a name, say thank you to whatever name you've given it. Thank you, but I got this. And the reason I got this is because I've got a plan. I've got an accountability body. I've set myself realistic targets. I've set myself a time limit. And I've got this. But I really, really appreciate you telling me and taking the time to tell me. Because what that does, again, it lifts your vibration. It tells the universe that you're grateful. You're not in this space of lack and going, oh, I want what she has, or she's doing this, or he's doing this, or, oh my God, look at their social media. Oh my God, look at their digital courses. It doesn't matter. This is your journey to an abundant business. And it's whatever that looks like for you. So number 7 is stop with the comparisonitis. Number 8, get some feedback. If you've got a great idea or something you think is a great idea, run it by your accountability buddy, run it by your partner, your friend, or whoever you've got in your life. It might be a networking group that you're part of. See what their response is. If that person comes back and goes, oh my God, like that's freaking amazing, you're onto something. If they come back and go, yeah, I like it, but then you can go and work on that. Or you can park it and come up with the next idea and get feedback on that. So number 8 is get feedback. Number 9, take the emotion out of it. Because we get emotional about what we do, and we tend to forget that we're a person, and we treat ourselves badly. Another thing that Patty said on this event was, ask yourself, would I say these things to my best friend? So these thoughts that crop up, would I say these things to my best friend? And the chances are you wouldn't. So why would you tell yourself all of these things? So take your emotion out of it. Don't be attached to it. It's not a thing yet. It's just, at this stage, it's just an idea. But if it's something that's getting you excited every day and it's bringing you joy to create whatever it is that you're creating, whether that's a new service or it's a new product or whatever it is, you need to be joyful about it. You need to be excited about it. But try focusing on the facts. Is this realistic for me? Is this something that I can do? Is this something that I've got time to do? It's not necessarily that, you know, your audience wants it, usually your people, because you've already done that research. So this is, you know, you've got past that stage. But you do need to have emotion, but emotion about the actual thing and about the actual doing, that needs to come out. And if your vibration is raised and you're joyful, you're going to want to do it. That's how I felt about doing this Canva workshop. I was like, I'm so excited because number one, I actually love delivering training in person. I love delivering it online, but in person, you know, you get that interaction. I love the networking. I love the camaraderie. I love the hugs, you know, because it's Queensland and we can still do hugs at the moment. So, you know, I'm so grateful that we can do that. So number 9 is take that emotion out of it, but still feel the emotion. And number 10, and this is one that I've been guilty of, don't jump straight into your design. Because, hello Canva, and Canva love, don't jump straight into Canva and start designing it without having the concept and without having that piece of paper and those maps, that journey, that workflow, that process, whatever you want to call it. A workflow or a process is just tiny steps to get to that end result. So a lot of people don't actually know what a workflow is. That's all it is. It's just your steps. So for example, when you post on social media, it would be, okay, what type of post am I going to post? Am I going to post an inspirational quote? Am I going to post a promo post? Am I going to post something about me? Am I going to post something about a client? Am I going to post a testimonial? So you've got to decide that first. Then it might be, okay, what am I going to write? What caption am I going to write? How long is it going to be? Then what hashtags am I going to use? If I'm posting on Instagram, I want my 30 hashtags. If I'm just posting on Facebook, I only want my like 4 to 5. Same on LinkedIn. So working out your hashtags. Then I'm going to design something that goes with it. I'm going to jump into Canva and I'm going to design whatever post. If it's just a photograph, then you don't need to. You might just want to put a filter over it because you have your color filter that always goes on your photos. And then you're going to post it. Now, so what do you use? You use a scheduler? Do you use Creator Studio? Do you post natively straight into Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn? And then what about the engagement? Are you going to engage with others while you're on that platform? What are you going to do when there's a DM comes in or a comment comes in? Or what are you going to do if there's new followers? You send new followers a message. You know, whatever it is, those are all steps that you could take with a social media post or around your social media. So that's just an example of a workflow for those of you who are like not very clear on what a workflow is. And finally, so sorry, that was number 10. So don't jump straight into your design or into Canva. Finally, get out your own head. This will give you the focus and the clarity and that momentum to get it going. So let me ask you this to finish strong. Are you still going to be your own worst client? Are you going to be your best client? Because I know what I want to do. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Chat soon and take care. Bye.